Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is October 4th, 2024, and this is my weekly market review, where I'm reviewing the S&P 500, that's SPY, on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, because as we all know, trading is risky. You can lose money at trading, so please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and make sure trading is something that is suitable for you. No trade recommendations here either. I may be calling out some numbers, and things look kind of funny here on the SPY. But let's jump over here to this quarterly chart and see what we see. See, looking at the big picture, if you can see the big picture and all, the SPY has a red quarter, a red month, but the first week is actually green. We're not on the new monthly pivots yet, but we are on the new quarterly pivots over here. So things look kind of funny. But let's zoom on in and see what we see and all, and let that go. Like I say, on the quarterly chart here, I'm seeing a red doji at the top. This is just the first couple of days in the new quarter and all. We are above, still staying above an R2 level. We're still not too far. We're still not too far from an R3 level. You know, for these yearly pivots, will the SPY get over 600 by the end of the year? We're going to have to just kind of like wait and see what happens there. But this market has been charging up, as you can see, for the last couple of years. You know, it's going crazy. You know, I know the shorts are really getting sick of this crap, but that's just what it is. You just learn to trade what you see and not trading what you think you should be doing or what you want to do. Trade what the market is actually doing. But that's enough of that. Let's go down to the monthly chart and see what we see there. On the monthly chart, we are above the 9-10 moving average. Like I said, this month is looking red and all at this time. We are above, you know, the quarterly pivot at this time. On this one, they're showing us on the quarter charts on the new quarter, for the new quarter where we should be, and we are red at this time, and we're above pivot. So again, I do expect us to stay above pivot, and I do expect us even, you know, this quarter, which is the last quarter of the year, to get close to that 600 number. As you can see, the SPY likes running above an R2, running above an R2, running above an R2. Running above an R2. If it runs above an R2, we will get close to that 600, but will we break it by the end of the year? It's only $25 away. So you're saying, oh, what's the big deal? It should be able to do that. But once sellers start coming into the market, it may not reach it. We just got to kind of like wait and see. Trade what you see. But that's what I see here right now on the SPY. Let's go down to the weekly chart and see what we see there. And all on the weekly chart, I see a green week. You know, that's why the other things, I see a green week. Is this the right week? Is my things right? You know, this. I don't know if my charts actually updated right. You know, that's the thing. I think I may have a problem here. Let me go off this. Let me just do something different. Let me do that. Let me zoom in here on this daily chart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We close here. We should have a green week. Yep. Let me go back down. Sorry about this, but yes, we should have a green week. It looks right. And was I looking at the right days on the daily chart? Let's go. All right, this is what I see on this weekly chart. I don't know if this is the correct candle here, though. That's the problem. I'm seeing this 930 down there also. Don't know if that's correct. But let's go down to the daily chart and see what we see on this daily chart. I want to see what we have here. That's 10.4 there, so that is correct there. But I don't know if that weekly chart was correct or not. That's the problem. I haven't looked. I just jump in here and do this stuff. It looks more like I guess 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess the week did start off at 9:30. So maybe it is correct. But what I see here, look at this crazy move that we had today. I know I was talking to was it yesterday or today, or somebody was talking about some news or something came out. You know, all this other stuff didn't happen and all. I don't pay that much attention to it. I kind of catch the highlights of the news. You know, the headlines. That's about it. I don't really dig into them because again, it starts getting in. They tell you everything you really need to know in the first couple of lines and the last couple of lines. And sometimes I read it and sometimes I don't. No need to go there. Forget that. But what I see here is a big gap up, up into the supply right here. The question is, will the rest of the Dow, the SPY, it's going to have a hard time just breaking this top right now with all this selling that was been going on every time it gets up here. We got to see what is going to happen once it gets up here. Will it be able to break again 575? We're at 572. The question is, come Monday, will this market end up gapping up again, just like you see this big gap here? And there is something going on out there in the market. I don't like talking too much about that kind of crap. I just like seeing what we see here on the charts and all. And on the charts, we see in this big gap here. Will we get another huge gap like this? Because again, the market open here, went all the way down here, tried to fill this gap and all. And then ended up charging all the way back up, today, and went a little higher and ended up closing here. Got back into this whole supply up here and couldn't break it. Come next week, will we end up gapping above? What happens a lot of times, you end up just like back here. This market was going up, ran into a little something, pulled back down, ended up red. But then the next day, see it closed down here. Then it opened, gapped up above the high that you can see here, and made a new high, and then up slamming back down. That same thing can happen here come Monday. No trade recommendation. No. Again, that's why I like doing this stuff after the market is closed, so nobody don't go out there and start putting trades on, trying to say, "Oh, Solomon said," I don't know what's going to happen. But because anything can happen. It can end up gapping down all the way back down here to the bottom. Some war breakout somewhere in the world. Who knows? Anything can happen. So that's the whole thing. But if it wants to break this high, it can end up gapping above that high. That's what I'm kind of like seeing. I've seen it happen before, and all. It can happen again, and that's not that big of a gap. Look at this root right here. This is down here, 68 to 72. Say 72. Let's say 72. 68 to 72. That's $4. That's $4. So, and we had 73 to 75. That's only $2. So yeah, gapping up above $4 or more and coming back down and closing that gap. That's definitely doable based on what we have seen even today. So no more of that, but that's what I see here, and all. And also, kind of like I like pivots. And the thing is, come next week on the pivots, we're going to be opening above pivot, and an R1 is where this thing, like on these daily pivot, it does like going up to an R1 and it may pull back, as we can see just on what I'm showing here, going to an R1, just below an R1 and pulling back. So again, getting above this high next week, it is definitely, based on my pivots, is doable, and I'll going up here somewhere and then actually pulling back just like what we saw here this week. So that's what I see. And yeah, what I was getting at, what's your favorite indicator? One indicator. I don't need every indicator that you use. I don't need your settings. Just give people kind of an idea of what other traders are actually using out there at come to indicators. And I'm also talking to someone about indicators, and they get an idea that it's not just one best indicator and all, but we'll see what the majority of people maybe use that are actually watching my stuff, but there's tons of things that people use out there. There's custom stuff that people use also. I have some custom stuff that I use, so I understand that too. So no custom stuff, because my custom pivots that I used to have, I don't even show those anymore. I might show them on some of my day trades that I do, but on this stuff I do not show them because they're for day trading anyway. But that's it. That's all I really want to share. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Have a good one. Bye.